Hello Fly Nation and welcome to the Freestyle Your Life podcast, the one and only podcast inspiring you to live your authentic greatness while teaching you that less is more. I'm your host, Alicia Zimmerman, and I'm on my mission to help you to be the hero you were meant to be and to live what you came for in life and in business. Remember, the quest we came here for is to discover our true nature, explore our potential and share it by living. Hello Fly Nation. So today is my pleasure. I have my friend and colleague here, Alicia Couri, and she is a speaker and an author colleague. I'm writing my book just now. And she is the host of the Women Unleashed show and the Audacious Confidence show, which are both online streaming shows. We're gonna be learn more about that just in a minute. And this is Dream Maniac TV, so you will tell us about that too. And she's running her own shows, just like I'm running my shows here with the Fly Podcast and the Fly Summit. And on the other side, we are writing books. You have two books out there already, which is one is 21 tips to make your 40s look like your 20s. Well, you're the role model for that. You look just gorgeous.
Thank you.
By the age of 50. And of course, we need to improve and to style and to exercise and to everything to really not getting too old, right?
Right.
And the other book is Unlocking the Confidence, Style and Influence of the Savvy CEO. So this is just amazing, and please tell us just in a minute about it. And so we have so much in common, and also the mission we share is to help entrepreneurs step into their audacious confidence, how you name it, so they can yes, so they can be more, do more, have more, and live their lives without limits. So this is the common excerpt of our missions which we share. I name it Freestyle Your Life, which means free yourself from whatever sucks, maybe the environment, the partner, the job, whatever.
Whatever's holding you back, exactly.
Right, whatever it's holding you back, and then restyle your life on own authentic terms. So, but the mission is as foundation is almost the same. We just focus on some specialties there, but it's the same audience, everything the same. So we are sort of soul sisters.
We're in sync. Yes.
Yes. So you did run the conference workshop, Audacious Confidence, and this is for people who want to have a bigger, larger impact. And we both on our channels, we take not only experts, but also people really who, I take people who have really overcome traumatic situations and have really burning stories inside. So they, for my being on my show, they don't need a certificate as a manager or expert or whatever, because I consider these people being experts when they had the resilience to overcome whatever they suffered from, right? So I'm providing a safe place for them, and I know you too. So please share more about the confidence workshop, and for our listeners, well, what are the steps a person could take to follow in order to achieve confidence, right? So we both know confidence is not just like that. We have to work on it, but it's a skill which is learnable, right?
It is.
And we just have to overcome our limiting beliefs and the fear of getting seen and getting visible and being vulnerable, which we both had. in our lives before being here on the show. So this is just normal, right? So how do you approach there?
Thank you so much. What an introduction. I love the fact that we are sort of in sync with everything,
Yes,
because this
totally.
life is a journey.
Yes.
You know, we've never arrived anywhere.
Yeah.
We always have to continue to grow and grow ourselves. And for me, confidence is something that you have to continue to improve upon. You have to continue to work on, because you don't step out of the womb confident. You know, you don't.
Right. Right.
And society and life and there are things that beat you down on a day-to-day basis. And if you're not recognizing and you're not becoming aware of areas in your life that you feel that resistance, or you feel not so confident in what you're doing, if you don't make yourself aware of those things, then your confidence in that area will continue to reduce. And so my show, Audacious Confidence, the Audacious Confidence show, is really about recognizing in different areas of your life where you may be struggling with your confidence and you're not aware of it, and
Yes.
bringing experts on, or people who have, like you said, gone through something, passed through and come out on the other side and have advice that can share with you on where they were. I mean, something as simple as a smile.
Yeah.
I remember as a child, two things happened for me. I broke my front tooth when I was 6 years old. I fell and I broke my front tooth. And so I didn't like to smile because I had a broken tooth until I got that fixed. And so something as simple as a smile can affect your confidence.
Yeah.
And now technology is so great that it allows people with crooked teeth. That was the other thing. I had crooked teeth. So I broke my tooth, and then as I was growing, I had crooked teeth, and I didn't like smiling. And so something as simple as a smile can affect your confidence in such a profound way that you don't even realize it. Some people do, but some people might just think, well, you know, it's not a big deal. It's not important, you know. So we tackle confidence from every different angle, from all different angles, in business, in personal, in life, after a traumatic situation, after a divorce, after a rape, after a bad relationship, you know, anything that could possibly affect your confidence.
Yeah.
That's my mission and my goal, to find people that talk about it. You've put on weight, you've lost weight, you know, you're now 50, you're not 30 anymore. You know, you transitioned. This year I made that big leap from my 40s into 50. And, you know, I feel really strong within myself that telling people that I'm 50, I'm so excited to be in my 50s now. It's not a doom and gloom situation. I can't wait to see what 50s have, because I have been working on this and developing my confidence so much that I you know, life is limitless for me now, the way I look at things, my outlook on life. And so that's where I want people to get to, especially women. And so that's what the show focuses on. And you asked me about the workshop. So I have an online workshop, and I also have an in-person workshop. And the online training is really to step you through different areas of your life for you to start building that confidence within yourself. And then the one-day workshop is where we make some really like immediate shifts in the way you see yourself and the way you think about yourself, and really allow you to step into areas that you didn't even think that you could. So it's really exciting when I see people really take a hold of their life, instead of, I heard this saying, being in a coma of complacency. So instead of being in a coma of complacency, to really grab hold of your life and direct your life in the way that you would like to see it go.
Yeah. And Alicia, well, sometimes the mentors or the coaches, they seem so far away, right? If somebody's listening or looking at them. But in fact, what we have transitioned into is just what we did struggle with, right?
Yes.
In the first place.
Yeah.
I had the topic of not being authentic because I was a people pleaser and I tried to do it right for everybody, right?
Gosh, yes.
But I burned myself out. I got really ill and suffered 4 times cancer. So, and you had the confidence issue. So this is what I consider being 53 now. And after transforming over and over, the wisdom we gained in this process, right? So it's another perspective on life, right?
Absolutely.
It's really deep and going deep, and I committed to be totally authentic. So I'm not dealing with anything that I can sense is not good for me.
That's
Why?
right.
Because I have the experience that kills me.
It will destroy you. Absolutely.
Right. And that's the wisdom we gain on the journey, because it's a journey. It's never ending until we die. And I don't even believe it's ending then.
It doesn't
after
end
my
because we continue
yeah
beyond the physical death.
Yeah.
Yes.
But well, I saw the other side when I faced death, and I changed my perspective on that, just to be able to come through, right? So I thought, well, if it's the case, I surrender to it, and I believe there will be some other ways that I don't know exactly, which will be different, but well, it is like it is, right? And so that was my way to relax and to surrender to the situation, and to let go of everything, and that's what really helped me to get out of that. But this is the wisdom we gain on the way, on the journey, right? But you still look like 30, so
thank you.
Let me point out a little thing, not a little thing. In fact, it's a big thing. So Alicia just got the Florida Women Achievement Award, which is for people who accomplish great things in personal development and in business also. So why don't you show us your lovely crown there?
Absolutely. So the national competition is in November. It's next month. But yes, I was awarded the Mrs. Alicia sash. And I have the crown here too. So yeah, this is the crown.
Put it on.
Put it on. Put it on.
You look so lovely, like a queen.
Yeah. So the national competition is in November in California. And yes, it is focused on, it's not just on, beauty and athleticism and those things, but it's also about what you've achieved in your life and what you're giving back to your community, what you've achieved in your community, how you're giving back, as well as in business. So there are phenomenal women there who have all had tremendous careers, but also tremendous platforms that they're giving back to. And my platform is on Audacious Confidence, because like you said, I've been through where, and I can recognize so distinctly in my past where my confidence was at its lowest. And I can see it so clearly now, having walked through that. And what it feels like, what it looks like, what what my surroundings are like. I know exactly what that is. And so when it's coming my way, I know how to now avoid that situation and turn it around and step into my own confidence and say, no, I'm not going back to that. I'm not going back to feeling that or experiencing that or having someone else project that on me. Because a lot of times people project things out of their own insecurities or out of their own stress onto you, and you go into the people pleasing thing, and when you start recognizing that and recognizing that it's not good for you, now you're at a choice that you could step away from that and say, you know what, that is not a great situation for me to be in. And instead of sitting in there and becoming more miserable and devaluing myself and my confidence, let me step away. Let me take a hold of this and empower myself to make a different choice instead of allowing that situation to take me down. So earlier you had asked me, I don't know if you want me to go into this now, but earlier you had asked me how I ended up doing the work that I do now.
Yeah, please share.
Okay, because I mentioned that I had started a business. I was pretty much a stay-at-home mother. I have 3 children, and at the time I had just, my second child was about 2 years old, and I had this stirring inside of me that I can't just be a stay-at-home mom. I just can't be, not that anything's wrong with it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being a stay-at-home mom. It just wasn't fulfilling for me. I needed more. And so I started a business. I went and I got trained and I got certified as a makeup artist and hairstylist. And I started my own business doing on-site hair and makeup for people. And by then I had convinced myself that I was definitely a behind the camera, behind the scenes person. I would do photo shoots. I would do weddings. I'd do everything behind the scenes.
Yes.
I was not in front of the camera, in front of anything type. I had convinced myself of that. And so everything was about my business. Everything, I really diminished my role in the business. And I would put the business in the forefront. So everything was about AC Beauty, all my advertising, everything. I didn't focus on me. And after I think it was about 15 years in it, no, like 10 years in the business, sorry, about 10 years in my business, I wanted to develop a stronger brand for it. So I started taking this course on branding, but what I didn't realize, it wasn't about business branding, it was about personal branding. And that like rocked my whole world, because my coach was telling me that I had to step out front of the business, that it wasn't about the business, it was about me. And because it's my business, I had to be the face of the business, and I had to be the sort of the forerunner. The business is secondary. I was primary. And that scared the living daylights out of me, because now the mindset that I had convinced myself that I cannot be in front. I have to be behind. I had to make a total shift. And it was not easy. It was painful. It was difficult. I struggled through it.
The fear kicking in.
I had so many limiting beliefs. I had so many fears. And that's what that first book is about. Your Signature Style, Unlocking the Confidence, Style, and Influence of the Savvy CEO. It was about me really breaking through all of that stuff, going back into my childhood and going back into why I developed this feeling that I was not worthy enough or good enough, or I was not someone who should be in front. And through that process, I had so many transformations. It wasn't just one transformation. It was one after the other, until I realized I needed to do more personal branding, and I wanted to do that work for others. I studied fashion in school, so I started doing styling, which again was why the book came out. I was doing makeup, hair, and styling so that I can help people look and feel better within their own bodies, so they can start building the confidence, at least in how they presented themselves.
Right.
And then I realized that there's some inner work that needs to be done as well. The work that I did, they need to also do. So I started really working on confidence and improving confidence. And so everything is kind of an add-on, you know. Started with the styling, then went to hair and makeup. So now I can fix you up on the outside, but then let's now look at the inside. What's holding you back still? And so there was an evolution, and it continues to evolve. And so I have 7 steps to Audacious Confidence, but I know that that's going to continue to evolve. But when I do the online course, we go through these 7 steps. And then when we meet together in person, we really nail down 3 of those 7 that are, to me, the core of stepping into your audacious confidence. Because it's not about confidence alone. You have to have some boldness. You have to develop some tenacity and some grit to go along with your confidence, to really step out and do the things that you want to do and not be guided by the wishes of others.
Right. What we normally are, and most of the people are, and we also have been, right? So this is just coming out of the process and still digging deep into the process. And this is just not possible with being willing to do the inner work, which is a hard, tough thing, right? And to do it on your own, it's even harder.
Yes, because you don't have guidance if you're doing it on your own.
Yeah.
You don't have someone to help steer you in the right direction. I have so many mentors and coaches.
Yeah, me too. I love them all.
I do too. And some are close personal friends. We've become very close personal friends. And some of them I still keep kind of like up there as you know, okay, for when I when I'm really low and I need something, then I can turn to them. But sometimes I think for a mentor, there are some mentors that you have to keep a personal distance from so that you don't see their flaws and that doesn't impact their advice to you. That's just my feeling. Like there are some that, you know, I've embraced as really close personal friends and we can advise each other and go back and forth in that way. And then there are some that I want to keep a distance from because I value so deeply their advice to me that I don't want to see them as they are flawed. I know they're flawed. But I don't want to see their insecurities because then that can affect how their advice to me comes.
Right. But I think, of course, I'm the authentic girl here, and this is the authentic podcast. But I think once we really prepare for just being ourselves with whatever is, right? And this is real life. This is real fulfillment, right? Because I'm not worried about how my hair is today or whatever. This is just secondary for me today after this transformation here. But we just talked about the mentor. So that was funny. I saw one of my main mentors. I was with him for 2 years. Is T. Half Acre.
Mm-hmm.
You know him?
Yes, yes.
So he's a really business coach, but has lots of personal development inside. So I did my training. Yeah, I did my trainer license and everything with him 7 years ago. And well, I'm still in his newsletter and everything. So he had a seminar coming up there yesterday and just watched in an hour and a half because we have so many stories in 2 years what we have gone through together. and it was really fun to see him there, and I just took the chance to be grateful and accomplish his real wisdom on this path. He's very spiritual also. That's what attracted me on the other side. So he's not just a tough businessman,
Yeah.
but very
Which
spiritual.
is
So
important for me as well, that they
yeah,
have that spiritual connection.
yeah. And so it might not seem for the listeners like we also have our mentors, or had our mentors, or still have them, but it is just the fact, right? And I can share that openly to everybody, right? Because I'm
It's
grateful for
essential.
these wonderful teachers. So another one was Bob Proctor for me, and he was more on the inside work, the coach, right?
Yeah.
And the other one did a lot of business stuff. So and I have two high performance coaches with Brendan Bashar and Darren
Wow, you
Hardy.
had some amazing coaches. Yeah.
Yeah, only the best for
Only
me.
the best. Yeah.
Yeah, but I had to learn all these things. Of course, I wanted to, right? But they were far ahead of where I was, and I really could learn a lot from them, and still do. And it's lovely relationships, because this is not a seminar, but it's a.
The
I'm
coaching situation
I'm
where
with Brendan for 7 years now, I think, and having Darren Hardy every morning. He's my morning inspiration
Mhm.
in my inbox there, because he's just a genius on that, and being the exception, which we both follow here.
Mhm.
And yeah, we still need mentors, even if we improve on our journey and get ahead.
Right,
We
because
still
it's
have
never
them.
ending. It's never
Yeah.
ending.
Yes.
And you always need someone who is ahead of you to continue to guide you
Yeah.
on your journey.
Yeah.
Um, it's
And
very
what I love to point out, because I get asked so many times, what would be the right mentors? Of course, a mentor of mine mustn't be the right fit for you or for any listener here, right? Because this is personal
that
interconnection and
person.
sympathy and everything, right? But what I always love to point out is it should be somebody who walked the path before, right?
Absolutely.
Because that
Absolutely.
person knows exactly the struggles that
You're going to go through.
you're gonna go through, right?
Absolutely. And it is also important when you're looking for a mentor or a coach. Like we both said, someone with spirituality was important for us. You have to know what is important, what value they have that is a
Yes,
connecting value for you as well, so that you can connect on that level, on the
yeah,
level of values. Because I'm not going to be mentored or coached by someone who doesn't believe in spirituality, who doesn't
yeah,
believe in having a connection to a higher power,
right, right.
because I don't know where where your information is coming from. You know,
Yeah,
that's a value to me.
yeah,
So make sure that you have connected values.
yeah. That's what I always felt, because I'm very sensitive, of course. But I had Dan Sullivan and Michael Hyatt also, and they were both more on just on the business focus, right, on the goal setting and everything. But I with them, they are perfect strategy coaches, but I was missing the spiritual, the whole thing, right? So for me, this was a, yeah, for strategy, Dan is the number one coach in the world, right?
Yeah.
And I learned so many from him. But I was always, this was just a special part of life,
Yeah.
considering the business. But the other side, the personal side and the inner deep work and everything, I was missing there.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
So
So,
this,
and that's the thing. Don't have just one coach for one thing. We need
yeah,
multiple mentors and coaches because
yeah,
there are different areas. It's just like confidence. There are different areas of your life that people can help you grow in. Some
right,
people specialize in just a very specific thing. And it's like one of mine is David Nagel. He is mindset, all
mm-hmm,
about how your mindset is. And I have another coach, Angelique, who helps me with my business.
yeah,
And even though they interconnect,
mm-hmm,
because your mind and your business aren't mutually exclusive, you need to have the right mindset in order to prosper and do things in your business. But at the same time, she's teaching me strategy, but also some mindset things. And he's teaching me mostly mindset, but also some strategy. So there
yeah,
is some crossover, but I
okay,
can't just go to him to
yeah,
get the knowledge I need to improve my business.
right,
You know,
right,
you need to have sometimes when you recognize where you want to grow next, you need
yeah,
to find the mentor or the coach to help you do that. I had a media coach, a speaking coach, you know, so I could speak better and well, present better because I can speak fine. So I can create presentations. I had multiple speaking coaches
yeah,
because, you know, some would teach me on technique, on how to write your speeches. Some will teach me on presentation. Some
yeah,
would teach me on, you know, so you figure out for yourself what it is that you feel like you need to grow in. And then you find that mentor or coach in that area that they specialize in that will help take you to the next level. You know,
right,
there's some
right,
my media coach is also a speaking coach, but I didn't take speaking coaching from him because it didn't fit for me. The way
mm-hmm,
he was teaching speaking wasn't
mm-hmm,
wasn't right for me. I felt a
right,
disconnect there, so I sought out a different presentation coach that could help me improve my presentation skills. So, you know, you have to do your homework and you have to be proactive in this
yeah,
process.
yeah,
So it's not just, oh, I found a coach, I'm good, that's it.
yeah,
No, you have to
yeah,
be proactive in your growth
yeah. But
and
I
willing to
believe,
invest.
yeah, but I believe every topic, and of course, if we want to separate it, which I believe is not possible, but into personal and business life, because, well, you are Alicia, you're running your business, and you're the person itself, and also the business, just as I am, right?
Yeah,
We solopreneurs, we are, if we are not really huge big companies, but we are doing our business here and we are all into it 180%, and that's us, right?
yes,
And that's how we do it, how we show up and everything. That's still us, and I think that's authentic, and this authenticity goes back into the business, right? If I play roles here, and maybe you don't realize it that quick, but I'm sabotaging myself. That's
yeah,
what I did for such a long time.
yeah. I had um I had a coach tell me one time when I was building my really solidifying my brand and stepping out even more and creating my my one day workshop. She was helping me to create that one day workshop. And um, she was telling me that I needed to like be this glamour person all day, every day, sort of. And it's going back to authenticity and why sometimes you coach with someone for a specific thing instead of for everything. Because in her mind, if I was going to step out and sort of be this um, example for others on beauty and style and really embody that whole thing, that I need to live that every day.
Mm-hmm.
And my response to that was, but that's not who I am.
Yeah.
I am a mom that wears no makeup most of the time, goes to pick up my kids from school, because it's still, even though I'm not, my business, I run it from my home, but I'm not, my kids are still an important part of my everyday life, where I take them to school, I pick them up from school. My business fits within the hours that I am not, mommy, because I've designed it that way, because they're important to me. It's important for me to be there for them. And I'm like,
And they are still young.
right. Well, I have one in college, one in high school, and the other one in middle school. So they're not young still, but that was always something that was important to me to do. And so I'm not going to be all glammed up every day if I have to go pick them up from school every day. So I was just saying, I have to value and be authentic to who I am, and not put on this persona or this show every single day if it's not comfortable for me. I get up, I go running in the mornings, I'm sweaty, I get on camera, I do a live on camera with myself, and I've been criticized for that. Like, why are you going no makeup, all sweaty? I'm like, because it's in the moment. If I'm running and I'm thinking of something and I'm doing something in the moment, I'm going to get on camera and not be
Styled.
concerned about how I look.
Yeah.
Because that's not authentic. Okay, I'm going to run, get all sweaty, go shower, put on makeup, fix my hair, then get on camera and say, oh, I had such an amazing run today. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm in the moment. I'm going to do something in the moment. So I was just the authenticity, because as we start growing and becoming more visible, there might be this image thing that we want to project, that we are a certain way so that people will be impressed by us.
But Alicia, that's exactly what we have overcome, right?
Exactly. I was afraid to step on camera unless I was all pulled together. And running in the mornings and then doing a video live while I'm sweaty and panting and out of breath broke me free of being judged on camera. And I've had people come tell me, stop getting on camera panting and out of breath and all sweaty and stuff. I'm like, don't watch. If you don't want to see it, don't watch.
Yeah. If they don't like it, they are not forced to watch it, right? But this is just authentic in the moment, right?
Listen to the message.
I stopped all these things. What will people think, and how do I fit in, and all that's why I came to Freestyle Your Life, because I did it all myself first, because I was so fed up with that. That's just the ego-minded and ego-based view, and people try to be right and to have the right, and life is so complicated on that side, right?
Oh my gosh, you have to keep. It's hard to keep up with. It's hard to keep up with. I'm all gussied up for you because, of course, I want to be. I want to be nice for your show, for your viewers, and I want to, I want you to have a great show. But just don't feel like you have to be trapped in the trappings of what success or beauty is supposed to look like.
Right.
Don't fall into that, because that is a one-way ticket to unhappiness.
Yeah. And that's really, really essential. And you're the role model here to cover that, because we know your other side to be the beauty and everything, and
The beauty
the
queen, you know,
the beauty queen, and you're coming out of the beauty scenery there. And but once you transition to be just yourself, and in the moment, this is this is where peace and calmness and love and fulfillment comes into play, right? That's
exactly.
not on the other side, when you still try to do everything. I worked my ass off before. I burned out with 2 companies, 2 children, 2 sons, the dog, the partner, the house, and being a single mom. Crazy.
Trying to do
And
everything.
still trying to please everybody and do everything for them, right?
Because you're giving out of an empty cup.
Yeah, but that's just an illusion. That's not possible.
Everybody thinks, well, I have to do it. I have to do it. I have to do it.
No, you have to stop it. You have to stop it. Yeah, because nobody can help you if you don't stop it. It's you to commit to really being yourself and stopping those sabotaging things. It's like
Who doesn't like
in the
it? And
like on the plane, right?
Mhm.
So for so long, I wondered why they say put
Put
your
your
mask
mask on first.
first
Yeah, I used to
before
say it as a flight
before the
attendant
child.
for 4 years. I used to say it over the intercom, put your mask on first, but then wasn't doing it myself. So
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
because you can't save someone if you're dying.
But they say that's the reason why it's meant to be like that, right? So if we as a mom um, don't watch for ourselves and
Yeah,
self-care, well, there's nothing left to to be there for the children, right? If you are
exactly.
like me and ill and suffering from 4 cancer diseases and hardly didn't make it, and 2 peacemakers and everything, so yeah,
It's not
that
gonna.
was not at all self-care. I didn't even know the word,
I know.
right?
Because we're self-sacrificing so much because we feel
Yeah,
guilty.
yeah,
Society makes us feel guilty for
yeah,
not being everything to everyone
right.
and
But
nothing for
that's what,
because
Alicia,
then it's
that's what
selfish.
the most people think they have to do. And this is
Yeah, that
completely foolish.
it's selfish for you to care for yourself.
Yeah.
I remember when I was training to be a flight attendant, and one of the things we had to do was lifeguard training, because in case of a ditch, in case we ever ended up in the water, we had to know basic lifeguard skills.
Yes.
And it's much like putting your mask on yourself. Is if someone is drowning and you're going to save them, they will take you down with them because they don't recognize that you're there to save them. They will continue to take you down. And if you are there trying to save people and you're not paying attention to yourself, because they tell us if someone is really beating around and you approach them and they grab a hold of you and you take them down, swim down, get away from them, and then approach them from a different angle. But you need to save yourself first, because they will take
Right.
you down, because they're trying to survive and they will push you under.
Right.
And so if you start looking at life, if there are people out there that you're trying to save all the time and they are pushing you under, you need to stop. You need
Mm-hmm.
to stop. You need to back away, you know,
Yeah.
come around a different angle, but you need to make sure that you are safe. That's why they say you approach them from behind. Do not come in front of them, because if you
Right.
come from behind, then you can hold them from behind
Right.
and bring them away, you know, pull them
Mm-hmm.
flat and then swim with them. But if you come at them, they will take you out. And so
Yeah.
that analogy is just like, if you continue to try to save everybody, continue to go out there trying to save everybody, eventually they'll take you down. You need to take care of yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the wisdom we've gained. And I'm not glad for the age of getting older, but I'm glad for the.
Why couldn't we have this in our 20s, right? Why couldn't we know all of this stuff in our 20s?
But
So
but I'm
enlightened.
glad for the and grateful for the wisdom that comes with it.
Yeah, yeah, me too. I am, and uh, I have two girls. I have two daughters and a son, and um, you know, they're the oldest, the one in college and the one in high school, and I do my best to impart some of this to them, but you know, I'm mom, so it's like, what do you know? You know, you don't understand what I'm going through, but at least to still give it to them. I'm still here to give it to them, but I'm not here to rescue them. They need to walk their own path. I'm here to support them. I'm here to encourage them and impart my wisdom to them, but I am not living their life. They have to make their own mistakes. They have to go through their own struggles, and that's how they gain their wisdom too. But you know, as a mom, I am here to guide them and let them know that I'm here for them when they need it, but I'm not going to do it for them.
And it doesn't make no sense. Like the small kid, if you tell them don't touch the oven, it will be hot. Well,
I
you
have no
could
concept of what that means.
you could tell it forever, right? They need to make their own experience. Oh my gosh, she
They
said
got
it
to
will be
learn.
hot. Yes, it's
That's
hot.
why she
Okay,
said that.
they learn the lesson, right? So this is just like life goes. But
Yeah.
um,
So
but
funny. I had
it
a cousin. He was a lot younger than we were. We were already teens when he was a baby, and he kept trying to push a knife into a socket. And we kept telling him, don't do that, you'll get shocked. But they have no concept of what that means
yeah.
until one day we heard a scream and we went and he had stuck it in the socket. And this is long before childproofing. This is this is in the 80s, way before they had the little thingies that you put in the sockets for childproofing. And he stuck it in there, and sure enough, he got zapped. And I said, now you know why you shouldn't do that. He's like, yeah, you don't do that again.
Yeah. Yeah,
Thank
but
God he didn't get hurt really badly. He just got, you know, that zap. But you're right. Sometimes there are some things they just have to learn by experience.
yeah, yeah, it's all about making experiences and yeah, when we grow up and when we get older, we have made, of course, so many experiences, good and bad ones.
Yeah.
And if we hold on to the bad experiences we've made, or that which we all had in our childhood, um, we still keep living in there, right?
Yes.
So that's what so many people suffer from, because they are either projecting on the future, which is not here yet, and with the expectation how things go, or they are in the feelings and thoughts of the past, of yesterday that
Yeah.
is gone, right?
So true.
So the thing what really frees us up is to be in the moment, in the present. At the moment, it's just you and me and the listeners out there, and nothing else is important there, right?
Yes. Exactly.
Because that is just what is, and what happens later we will see.
We'll
No
see.
idea.
We can just prepare ourselves.
Right? Yeah.
Just prepare ourselves for the future.
Yeah,
And
but with the thinking in the past and in the future and the fear coming up, right, we sabotage ourselves.
yeah, which is why audacious confidence is something that we should all endeavor to build for ourselves, because it helps you overcome those fears.
Yeah.
Um, I do want to just give the listeners my 7 steps if we
Yes,
have
please.
time, just so that they have a reference point of, and they can start thinking about these things in when they step out to do something.
Right.
So the first one is it's really important to know who you are. At 50, you're 53, I'm 50, in our 50s, we've kind of, because we've done the work, we understand who we are.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many people who have not done the work that still don't understand who they are.
Yeah.
And so it's really important to start understanding who you are and build awareness of yourself as you grow. So what does trigger that fear? What stops you from moving forward? Because when you start building that awareness, when you start seeing, oh, I should have taken that opportunity. Why didn't I? What stopped me? And start questioning those things instead of just letting it breeze by you, go by. Then you can make a different choice the next time that comes into your space. The next thing is, what is your why? Develop your passion and your purpose. Because when you have that passion and purpose, it propels you forward beyond the fear. The third thing is preparation. Really start preparing yourself for these opportunities. Prepare yourself for opportunities. I am prepared for when you said, come on my show, because I know the opportunity for people to invite me to speak is there. And so I prepare myself. I know how I'm going to look. I know what I'm going to present. I know what my brand is. So I can step into that brand. I can, do all of this and be ready for when that opportunity comes. So be prepared for opportunities.
Right.
Be aware of what I call your tags, your spiritual tags, your talents, your assets, your gifts, and your skills. Those are your tags. That's what tag you. That's what makes you unique and important and special in the world. So what are your talents? What are your assets? What are your gifts? And what are your skills? Understand what those things are. That helps build confidence in so many different ways.
Could you give an example for the assets?
Your assets? Sure. So I'm an author. I've written books. That's an asset that I have. I'm a speaker. I've been trained as a speaker. So now I can speak. That's an asset. What are those tangible things that you have, that you've done, or that you can do? Your talents is what are uniquely innate for you. Like, I'm a makeup artist. I have a talent for doing makeup. I learned the craft, but I also have an eye for it. It's something that is innate. It's not something that was learned. I learned the technique, but it was something that was also innate in me. To me, your gifts are things that you have that serve others. What do you have, or what can you do that's in service of others? It's a gift that you can give to someone else. My gift is my ability to make people feel relaxed, to give people a sense of calm in a hectic situation, which is why I was so good at weddings, because that's what brides always said to me. Oh my gosh, when you're here, you brought so much calm. I felt like, everything all the craziness of the wedding, you made me feel so calm. So those are your, what do you do in service of others that kind of help? And that's usually something you hear from other people tell you. That's a gift. I don't think I'm very organized, but people tell me, oh my gosh, you arrange things so, you organize things so well. You always know what next to do. I'm like, really? I just do, it's not something I have to think about or something that has to be trained. And then skills are things that you've developed over time, that you've learned over time, that you've worked at. So understand what those things are, and that helps you build confidence in it. I never used to think about those things so much, and that's why I didn't feel value, because I wasn't aware of those things. So those things help you understand your value to yourself and to others.
Right. And we need to become aware of it. And of course, I know it because I'm in this field here. I just wanted to for you
For the listeners,
to tell the listeners so they are not confused and asking themselves what's the asset, right? And so it's necessary just sometimes to make it a little bit clear. So I will take everything in the show notes so the listeners can follow along later. So don't worry if you didn't get it. So please go ahead.
Okay, the fifth one is, what are you resisting? A lot of times we resist things and we don't even realize we're resisting it. But if there's something going on and you are not moving forward and you're stuck, you're resisting something. So
and this is so important.
Right. You have to discover what that is. If you just allow it, again, it's another thing that if you just allow it to pass on by and you keep going on and you're going on and it keeps coming up and you keep resisting and you're not aware of what you're resisting, you cannot change it. You will always be in resistance to it. So what are you really resisting?
And if we don't get to know it and find it out and discover ourselves, it comes wrapped in another paper, but it comes back again because the thing is not solved yet, right?
Yes, exactly.
And that's we wonder why, this shit coming back again, right? Or the same sort of partner or whatever it might be, right? Yeah, because
get in the same relationships, the same things happen over and over. Yeah, exactly. And then the other one is you need to be this is actually my favorite one. It is developing an alter ego.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I love when people discover their alter ego, because it allows you to step into, when necessary, step into that persona so that you can really amplify who you are when it's needed. It's not for everyday living. Oops, sorry. Everything just fell over. It's not for everyday living. It's just for very specific circumstances and occasions. And then the last one is, number 7, is learn to say yes to opportunities that scare you, and learn to say no to the things that don't serve you. If you're a people pleaser and you're doing something because you don't want to disappoint someone else, but you really don't want to do it, you have to learn to say no. Mm-hmm. And no is a complete sentence. You don't have to give a reason or explanation. You have to learn to stand up on your own and say no.
And I did have to learn that the hard way, because I just even didn't know the word no.
Neither did I. But you have and say yes to opportunities that scare you. That you're like, I can't possibly do that, but I'm gonna do it. Yeah. I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, because the success is behind the comfort zone.
Yeah. And
the growth. I
can probably bet 99% of the time, unless you're gonna dive off of a bridge or something like that, it's not gonna kill you. So say yes to opportunities. It's probably not gonna kill you, like I said, unless you're gonna like jump off a bridge without a parachute or something like that. That's not the kind of fear I'm talking about. I'm just talking about the thing that makes you go, I don't know what people are going to think. I don't know what people are going to say. I don't know if I
don't worry, be happy. Yeah. It's just like that. And we are, of course, scared. And this is, of course, the ego mind, which, and the mind freaks. I did a whole training on mind freaks with Blair Singer, who's an expert on that, because our mind, of course, telling us, saying that this is too risky and this is this and this is this, and we believe all that, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And that doesn't lead us nowhere,
because we have no experience in it succeeding for us. Even though we've seen other people do it, we have no experience in it. So our mind, which is wired to keep us safe, is telling us it's dangerous, don't do it. And what ends up happening is you miss opportunities to not do it, and you might have regret, but also you don't know what you were capable of accomplishing. You've stopped yourself from understanding how far you can go to accomplish something great.
And from discovering yourself,
Discovering
which
more
is the
about
real main part.
You might think you had a boundary there that, but then when you break through that, you're like, wait a second, I can go to this level. I didn't know I could.
Yeah.
And then there's this other boundary here, and you hit that and you're like, but then you say yes to the opportunity and you break through that one. And you say, wow, I can hit another level I didn't even know. So life is exciting, and it's just a series of walking through. I had my pastor who passed away a couple years ago. He used to say that wall that you see in front of you is a thin facade. It's just a thin facade, and you need to walk through it, and you'll realize that it really was, it only looked like a wall. It wasn't a wall.
Yeah.
You need to step through it. So those are my 7 steps.
That's fabulous. Thank you for sharing, Alicia. And
welcome.
Yes, the priority should be, and this is the only way that really leads to peace and compassionate love and fulfillment, is to say yes to yourself.
Yes.
Which of course means to bring up the confidence and to show up authentically, just as yourself, as you are. You're enough, like you are, right?
You are enough. Absolutely. You have to understand that you're enough. Just as you are enough.
Right. So
that's like the first revelation that you have to have with yourself.
Yeah.
I'm enough.
So I often tend to say, well, there is no need to become more and more and more, like many coaches preach. I believe this is completely the wrong way. We need to become less of what we took on in life, right? And then become ourselves, discover ourselves, and then live and share from this place.
Yeah.
This is fulfilling then, but before trying to please others or to fit in whatever, this is stress. I was stressed all the time.
It is stress. I am a Kolbe certified consultant, and Kolbe is we never even talked about Germaniac TV. I know we have to talk about that too. But Kolbe is an assessment that you take that really helps you understand why you do the things the way you do it, how you're wired to do things and that it's like on a cellular level. And that is what helped me really understand myself and stop trying to be what everybody thinks I should be, or do things the way they think I should do things. Because I spent so much time trying to do things the way I should. Everyone thinks I should do it instead of just doing it the way I was wired to do it. And when I understood that, it freed me so much from trying so hard to live up to everyone else's expectations. Just do things the way I do it, and I'll have success.
Right. And not trying to be somebody else.
Exactly.
I cannot do it the way you do it.
Yeah.
And that's pretty okay. That's normal.
Yeah, it is. Because we were all gifted and wired to do things in a particular way. And
so once we find that, are ready and confident to step into it, then we are in the right place. And that's of course what we talked about before, that most of the coaches can't be the coach for every scenery and every part of life, because it's just not possible. It's too complicated. It's too overwhelming. I have one coach I know who I'm with him nearly my whole life, who is Brian Tracy. He was my sales coach in former times. He's my stage coach. He's my book coach. But this man is over 80. He has written 80 books. This man for me is pure wisdom, right? So he just does like that, and he's gone through everything, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So he has the really the knowledge and the wisdom as a really wise man. But most of the others, still at the age that we have, we cannot be complete and know everything. We are still on the track to find out, and that's adventurous and outrageous. And we if we come to the point, and this is of course your topic, to be confident with who we are and what we do, and if it's the wrong thing, to free ourselves from that, we come to the point to embrace the world, right?
Yeah, you have to. Yeah.
And that's where the compassion, I'm such a fan of compassionate love, because I really truly believe that's needed in this world to save this paradise for our grandchildren. But this is my personal opinion. But if you see the people on the street or wherever, nobody greeting, no smile, everybody looking down, right?
And nobody's.
This is terrible, right? So a smile to somebody else doesn't really cost me anything, right?
Doesn't cost you anything. A smile, a hello. People want to be acknowledged. They want to think that they matter. They want to be heard, and not be treated like exactly like they don't matter, like they're nothing. People don't want to be treated like they're nothing.
Yeah.
So you're absolutely right. I always give a smile. Now that I've learned to smile and not be self-conscious about my smile and my teeth. But I give a smile to everyone. And a lot of times I get grumpy face back. I'm like, all right. But that's not on me. That's on you.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to smile because nobody smiles back at me. That's my free gift. I'm just giving it, you know, I'm giving it freely. I got it. I'm going to give it. And so, see, that's one of my gifts too, just to smile.
Yeah. And you have such a beautiful smile.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
And but I used to hate it. I used to hate my smile so much.
It's so lovely.
I had to recognize that it's a gift.
Yeah, it's so lovely.
Thank you.
And but we can do so much, right? And this is not really costing us. And I'm the same. I love to hug, right? So I'm
a hugger. I'm a touchy-feely huggy.
Yeah. And so sometimes the people when I'm with the coaches on conferences or whatever, so this is my sign to really connect, right? And so many
one of your gifts. That's a gift of yours to give a warm hug.
Yeah.
You don't know how much that impacts people sometimes, because sometimes that's what someone needs.
Yeah, I know it, because sometimes I still, or in former times, of course, more, people are sort of, they wonder what's going on, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but this is just compassionate love, and it can ease so much, right? This can reunite the world.
Yeah.
If more people would do it.
So true. That is true.
Rather than looking the other way if somebody is coming around, right?
Yep, absolutely.
And the tendency with more and more people being single and the big cities and being isolated in the in the big flats there and not even knowing the neighbor next door. This is a tendency which is not good.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Right. So we cannot solve the world today in this 1 hour
It
we
is
have here,
1 hour, but
Alicia.
yes. But
But
hopefully we've given you enough tools to start moving in the right direction.
yeah, I think we did our best to give you ideas and tips and tools with Alicia sharing her 7 steps of the confidence workshop, and I hope we could spread the message to really dig in deep and discover yourselves and find what you're about, and yeah, be confident just to step one step ahead at a time, and and step into it, right?
Yeah,
And try things and not be holding back by a wall which is not really there. It's just our ego telling
it's
us, the
thin
mind freaks,
facade.
right?
Mhm. Yes, absolutely. And if anyone wants to know more about me or get a hold of me, they can always go to www.alicia, Alicia 360.com. So my 360 site, alicia360.com. They can connect with me on all social media from there. They can look
Yes,
at books. They can also um, make an appointment with me if they go to the connect with me
yes.
tab. They can make an appointment on my calendar. They can send me a message, send me a WhatsApp or a text message. So everything is right there on that hub for people to connect with me.
Yeah, I saw that when I checked it, and I didn't hear of that tool before. So
Yeah,
you need to pay it, or what? What is
yeah,
it?
it is a paid tool. And I'm working actually with the person who created that. He does personal branding as well. I do personal branding, but we do branding very differently. So I have joint ventured with him on that. But it's a 360 site, and it's a phenomenal tool to use, especially if you're a speaker and you're out there networking with people.
Yeah,
So they can
yeah. I checked your site, and I said, "Wow, great!
you can see all my
I
website.
need to, yeah, I need to get it too. It's
Yep,
all on one side, and you can
everything is
see
there.
everything.
Everything is there. So I will connect you with him so he can
How
set
much
you.
is it?
So there are different levels. It starts at $29.99 a month.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's one for $79.99 and one for $129.99. So the one I
But
have is $129 a month, and it gives you multiple like Facebooks, because I have several Facebook pages with Germaniac TV. It gives me like 6 Facebook pages, 6 websites, 6, like I can list
oh, I see.
multiple on those. So each level, the $29.99, you can have, I think, 1 website, 2 Facebook pages, and 2 of the other um, social media. You can list your podcast on it so that people just go there. They can listen to all your podcasts straight from there. Well, link straight from there to your podcast. You can put your YouTube channel, and anything that you have that is
Yeah.
digital, online, you can
Okay. Mm-hmm.
host it there.
Mm-hmm.
So people can just go to one site and
Yeah.
connect and get to know everything about you. They don't have
Yeah.
to Google you. They just go to your 360 site and they can see everything.
Yeah, that's great. That's a brilliant idea. Not to check the Twitter and the YouTube and the Facebook and LinkedIn
It's
or
all right
whatever.
there. Yep. Just
Yeah.
on a push of a button, they can connect with
Yeah.
you. They can see all your social media. They can see your websites, everything right there. Because we're
Yeah.
multifaceted people these days. We don't just do one thing and have one thing anymore.
Yeah.
So we're able to have people go to one place and see
Yeah.
everything that you're involved in and get to know you, get to learn about you, get to
Yeah.
connect with you on a more personal level. So it's really a connection tool to help you build your brand, but also to
Yeah.
help people get more connected with you.
Yeah, but I love to share those tips here also because it's on this is would be a business tip maybe,
Yeah.
but just for entrepreneurs like we are. So we have 5 to 10 social media profiles there. We have
Yep.
our courses, we have the books, and we have the podcast and the TV and the summit and whatever we are doing here. So busy as we are, and that's great to have it in on one side.
Yep.
I was fascinated when I saw it.
Yay. Well, I'm gonna connect you with Ray and have him hook you up.
That's great. So is there anything we missed, Alicia? Or
Well, we didn't really talk about Germaniac TV, which
oh,
is a platform that we have created for business owners as well, or anyone with a story. We have several shows on that platform. You talked about Women Unleashed and the Audacious Confidence show, but we have a couple other shows, Almost Naked Conversations. We have All Up in Your Business. We also have the Next Level show series. But it's really an area where you can come be interviewed, like on your podcast. You can apply to be on our show. You just go to Germaniac TV. Sorry, it's Dreamaniac, DREAMANIAC.com/nominate in order to fill out our application form to be a guest on any of our shows. But also if you want to have your own show on our platform, because we have we're gathering an audience on that platform as well. So if you want to have your own live streaming show, we go live on Facebook. We do all the branding, the marketing, the production for you. We can even vet your guests for you. We have a team that does everything, all the graphic designs, everything, so that you just show up with your content and you deliver your content to a live audience. And that helps build your authority, helps build your expertise, and helps you really get to be known, be heard, and be seen by people around the world, because we are a global channel. So that's what Germaniac TV is about. We are dream maniacs. We're maniacs about making your dreams come true.
Right. So this is fantastic. So I will be on your show shortly. Yes. But if I wanted to come on Dream Maniacs now, what would be the procedure?
Again, go to the website, Germaniac.com, DREAMANIAC.com/nominate.
Okay.
Nominate. To nominate yourself or someone else to be a guest on our show.
Yeah, but if I want to run my shows on it?
Oh, then you can email us at studio@germaniac.com, and we'll set up a one-on-one, well, a one-on-two discussion between my business partner and I, Sebastian, and I will sit with
this is Sebastian. Yeah.
Sebastian.
I saw him.
Yeah, we'll sit with you on Zoom, and we'll have a meeting and decide what it is that you need, and come up with the appropriate package that works for you, and so that we can help get you out there. So because we have different levels, different costs for different things, so we'll develop a package that is tailored to you, and then let you know what it would cost to bring that show to air.
Right. Because I think that's really interesting, and it would be interesting for me too. Well, I have no time slot at the moment, because I have the podcast consistently running, and I have the summit coming up and launching now. But I would keep it in mind, right?
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I know you're going to be on the show. I hate to run. I have another interview in 8
me
minutes
too.
that I got to get to. So
we have been talking so long.
I know. This has been such a pleasure. I'm trying to find the link now so I can get onto the other interview.
So
But
I give you a big hug, Alicia. Thanks so much for being here and sharing your wisdom, and big hug to you, all my listeners there. And I will write everything down in the show notes so you can recap what we were talking about.
excellent. And let me know when it goes to air so I can start promoting it too to our audience.
Yes, sure. So all of you have a lovely day. Big hug.
Big hugs. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening in. I hope you got new inspiration to seek help and surrender to love no matter what situation you're in. Hopefully you could take away that transformation is possible. By getting the right support, you can embrace life joyfully and enjoy your life on your own authentic terms. Please rate and review the Freestyle Your Life podcast on freestyle-your-life.com/podcast if you like today's talk, and make sure you qualify for the amazing I Love to Fly podcast giveaway by subscribing and referring 3 friends to the Freestyle Your Life podcast. All experts and myself are happy to assist and support you. Just reach out to us. Thanks for joining us today, and don't forget to tune in next Thursday and listen in to your next inspiration on how to freestyle your life. You will learn another priceless shortcut on how to break free and restyle your life on your own authentic terms. Becoming authentically you will ease your life and business. Remember, Fly Nation, break free and fly. Looking forward to talk to you next Thursday. Bye.